Ah, Sakura, mind the bench.
Professor, a factory locker room? Metal and cold coffee, barely sunrise. Why here?
Because today is the first day. New safety standards just took effect. Watch the workers.
They're checking everything. That man read a card, then rechecked his helmet strap. Twice.
Not once, not twice. Everyone slower than usual. The rules changed overnight, and they feel it.
And I'm guessing we're not here about helmets.
Sharp. Look at the man by the far locker, on his phone.
He's scrolling a property listing? An empty house, and a Minpaku booking page next to it.
He works the morning shift, wondering if his grandmother's empty house could become a vacation rental.
Wait, a factory worker turning an old family house into an Airbnb? Is that a thing now?
Huge. Let me give you one number. Japan has 9 million empty homes, almost 14%, just sitting vacant.
9 million? That's not a gap. That's a ghost country.
For decades, an empty house was a burden, a negative asset. You pay the taxes, it rots, nobody buys it.
Right. The thing you inherit and quietly dread.
Now flip it. Last year, Japan drew a record 43 million visitors, and Minpaku stays jumped more than 50% in a single year.
So all those empty houses suddenly have guests.
One company buys neglected homes, renovates them, runs them as rentals. A sauna here, a pizza oven there. The negative asset starts paying.
But, Professor, why rent it out instead of just selling? Why is everyone so excited?
The pricing. A hotel locks one rate, but a Minpaku can move every night, by season, by demand. Some nights you clear more than with a regular rental.
Ah, so it's less house, more a stock you can sleep in.
Beautifully put. And here's the catch. The basic permit caps you at 180 nights a year.
Half the year. So your money sleeps the other half.
Exactly. So sharper investors switch to a hotel business license. Stricter rules, but no limit on nights.
And I'm sensing that's where it gets gray.
Very gray. Some use cheap old houses that fail today's safety codes. Narrow lanes, no fire escapes. So this spring, the government began demanding proof, an architect's certificate, that the building is safe.
Oh, so the careful rechecking. It's not just this locker room.
Same morning, same instinct. Check the gear before you trust the building. Now you see it. The whole market is checking its gear, and an industry has grown up to help.
Like what?
One firm built a marketplace just for Minpaku. Yield, permits, area demand, all in one place. The goal: make lodging a tradable asset, like rental real estate.
So it's becoming a real market, not a one-off gamble.
And others run it all. Cleaning, guests, revenue, under one roof. One just expanded across Western Japan.
So our friend here doesn't have to quit his shift to do this.
Even Airbnb named Tokyo a prototype city. Luggage storage, airport rides, bookings up more than 20% a year.
It almost sounds too good. Empty houses, happy tourists, everyone wins.
Almost. But remember the locker room. New rules arrive, and not everyone passes. Tokyo's Toshima ward is cutting its nights from 180 to 120.
Down by a third.
And Osaka, which held over 90% of all special zone Minpaku, stopped taking new applications entirely.
So the door narrows, even as the goal is more tourists.
The government wants 60 million visitors by 2030, and the cities are short on hotel rooms. They need Minpaku. but they need it safe.
And demand isn't guaranteed either, is it?
No. When China urged its people to hold off on visiting, everyone panicked. But 3/4 of Japan's travel market is domestic. Chinese visitors are only about 5%.
So the panic was louder than the risk.
Usually is. The easy money's over. Only those who check everything, permits, safety, even the neighbors, last.
The empty house can turn to gold, but only if you read the card before you put on the helmet.
I couldn't have said it better. Come, his shift's starting. Let's not be in the way. You've been listening to Narrative Japan. Until next time, stay curious and keep listening for the whispers beneath Japan's economy.